Welcome to Blind Abilities. I'm Jeff Thompson, and welcome to our CSUN coverage sponsored by Be My Eyes.
If you're blind or have low vision,
Be My Eyes is a must-have tool.
no matter where you are
or what language you speak.
You can call up on-demand visual support in seconds.
From a pool of more than 2 million volunteers.
2 million volunteers.
And the best part is,
It's completely free.
It's completely free.
No matter how many times
no matter
you use
how
it.
much you use it.
Completely free.
Besides the option to call volunteers,
you can also use Be My Eyes' new feature,
Specialized help.
To get quick, high-quality
video customer service.
Directly from companies like Microsoft
and Google.
All within the Be My Eyes app.
On Android
or iOS.
Join the community
Join the community
today.
On the web at www.bemyeyes.com. Stay tuned for all our podcasts coming out of CSUN. Our very own Brian Fisher from That Blind Tech Show is at CSUN right now. And he just sent me a message from CSUN to tell you all that he's the blind guy with the guide dog with the Bose frames on. Really cool, Brian. You'll stand out. Yep. And in this podcast from the CSUN coverage, we got David Raistrick, co-founder of Envision America. Check him out on the web at envisionamerica.com. Enable the blind ability skill on your Amazon device just by saying, Enable Blind Abilities. Welcome to Blind Abilities. I'm Jeff Thompson, and today in the studio we got David Raistrick. David, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Jeff. How are you?
I'm doing good, and David is the co-founder of Envision America, headed out to CSUN.
Yes, we're headed to CSUN for another great year. We've been going for almost 19 years now, so it's always where we get to mingle with folks, get great ideas, and see what's happening in the state of accessibility for vision impairment.
So, David, why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about your products that you have? I know a lot of people use them. We got the Business Enterprise here in Minnesota, and a lot of people are using that IDMate.
Yeah, IDMate is still the standard for barcoding and using barcodes for accessibility with regard to labels. And yeah, a lot of folks use them in vending and blind enterprise program for work and jobs. It's always been a good product to keep jobs available to folks that need them. So IDMate has been around for a long time, and the Galaxy continues to, with its networking capability and that sort of thing, it really does well. So the barcode scanner itself that we have, the Galaxy, is network capable. It's battery operated. You can scan a barcode and it speaks back all the information in its database. If it doesn't find anything in its database, it will go online and search for information and bring it back and speak that out. So we have about 3.5 million items in the database right on board. But if you scan a barcode and it doesn't find it, then really there's about 16 million online products that it'll go out, bring it back. Next time you scan it, it won't have to go out. It just keeps it right there.
Oh, so it self-populates itself.
Yeah. Also, if you record your own messages, you can still record messages associated with barcodes. If it's a 12-digit UPC for a product that's not in there, you hold the record button, speak the information in, and then share it up for others to use. So we have what's called our EVA Online. This is relatively new. EVA Online is the first database that it checks when it goes online. So it checks EVA Online. And so anybody that shares their barcodes up, it will get populated on EVA Online in a few days. And then it's going to be available to everyone that scans that same barcode. Not only do you have just a full database, not only do you have the 16 million items online, but you also can share up barcodes. And it's kind of a sharing social thing that you can give barcodes for other people.
Now, you can also do labels. So if like you had an extensive record collection or something, you could actually label your entire record collection.
Yeah, it'll read any barcode. So you can stick a barcode, an adhesive barcode, for example. Envision has really 3 different styles. An adhesive kind of sticker barcode you can put on an item. We have a version that'll actually be dishwasher safe too. We've got clothing barcode, and then we have a tag barcode that's on a rubber band. So you stick those things on anything that you want to identify in the future, scan it, hold the record button, and it'll play back next time you scan. It'll play back that recording.
Now, a friend of mine, I remember they stock meat in a freezer and they use the labels on packages. I mean, you go down into the freezer and you pull out a white package. Who knows what it could be? That's where they were using them.
Yeah, and you can put dates that you put it in and things like that just give you more information about the item. And clothing, you can not only identify the clothing, but how to best washing or best practices for washing that type of garment, stuff like that. The sky's the limit as far as how you can use it, what you can use it on. Anything that you can't tactily tell what it is relative to another item, you put a barcode on it and you can identify it.
And that's just by using a barcode that you can order through Envision and then just pushing the button and recording your own voice so you know exactly what you're going to label it as.
Right, exactly. Or you can print your own barcodes. They don't have to come from us. Avery has the 8.5 by 11, I think 100 up labels that you can get a program and print your own. We do offer them. Some folks that have large collections of items, posters, or even cassettes or items like that, will just a lot of times just print their own sequential number. And that's all that's really happening is the barcode's just a number. And when you scan it, the barcode scanner, the Galaxy, is just encoding that number and saying, hey, do I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in my database? It looks and says, here it is. I'll play this information for the user.
So, David, what is the Summit and the Quest then? I saw on the website, envisionamerica.com.
Yeah, it's envisionamerica.com, right? The Summit and the Quest are just older versions of IDMate. IDMate's been around since 1997. The very first one came out. And Summit and Quest are just old. We've got an Omni out there. So some folks are still using the older versions and they're still going strong and love them. Galaxy is just the newest version.
Okay.
It's got the most bells and whistles, but it's still really, really functional for folks that want to identify items.
Speaking of identifying items, now you also work with pharmacies. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's an exciting area for us, and it continues to be. Our main flagship there is ScriptTalk. And ScriptTalk is a talking prescription reader, that little tabletop device. And that device will read back the information on your prescription as long as it has an RFID tag put on by the pharmacy. So what we do is enroll pharmacies into the program that will create these electronic labels on medication. Once that electronic label's on, what we do is give on loan to a user a free, no charge to them, reader. And they'll use that in their home to read their medication labels. So ScriptTalk has been growing by leaps and bounds. We've got a lot of different pharmacies still going. We really just keep hitting milestone after milestone of working with pharmacies and pharmacy software to make ScriptTalk available to folks.
Now, David, this is very easy to use. I've seen this before. You just take the pill bottle and set it onto the base of the ScriptTalk, and it gives you all sorts of information.
Yeah, I've got one. I'll demonstrate it here, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and flip it on here.
ScriptTalk station ready.
Okay, so this is just a little tabletop reader, and it's got an RFID antenna built into it. And really all that means is whenever a label, one of these electronic labels, gets in proximity of the face of the reader, all the information reads in, and then the device really just speaks it out. So I'll go ahead and press the read button, and you might hear it beep here.
Patient. John J. Smith. Medication. Amoxicillin. 500 milligram tablet. Instructions. Take 1 capsule 3 times daily. Quantity, 30 capsule. Prescription date, January 10th, 2018. Use by January 10th, 2019. Refills remaining. 0. Prescriber. Dr. Ben Casey. Scriptability Pharmacy. To reorder this prescription, dial area code 309-555-1212. Prescription number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Warning. Important. Finish of this medication unless otherwise directed by prescriber.
So from start to finish, from drug name and patient all the way through the warnings, it's going to read that information. Script Talk can be an invaluable tool for folks that want to stay safe with their medication, stay independent with their medication. We also have apps out. We've got the Android app is actually out. We're still in beta with the iOS app, but we are enrolling people in the beta program now. We're slowly but surely sneaking up on getting that more available to folks with iOS also. A lot of good things are happening with Script Talk. Again, the number of pharmacies just keeps growing. Most mail orders do it. Walmart, we've got Rite Aid doing it. We've got Albertsons, Jewel Osco, we've got Winn-Dixie. There's just a ton of pharmacies that are doing it, but basically available on request. If an individual is interested in getting one of these devices for free or on loan, what they need to do first is give us a call. And once we understand what pharmacy they use, or either that or match them up with a pharmacy that already has it, we just need to make sure that that pharmacy is ready to put that little label on their prescription. That's what we help with. Think of us as like a clearinghouse and just making sure that they're offering that label on that medication, and the user then with their reader, all prescriptions after that will be accessible to them.
And that's Script Talk. Well, David, tell me about scriptability.
Scriptability is the generic kind of software that goes into the pharmacy. So we have our scriptability pharmacy software. So the pharmacist would know us as scriptability.
Mm-hmm.
The patient knows us as Script Talk. Now, scriptability also has Script View, which is a large print label, which is just another type of label that a pharmacy can offer. Some pharmacies offer all styles of labels. We also offer Braille labels. If a pharmacy is interested in offering all three, they can do that. If they want to just offer Script Talk, they can. If they want to just offer Script View, which is the large print labels, they can. So we kind of give the scriptability as a suite of product that allow pharmacies to label for folks that need accessible labels on their meds.
Well, that's really innovative, David, because that way a pharmacy can just get into scriptability and provide this service just by making a phone call to you guys.
Exactly. And that's what I would say to any individual, too, that's ready to get going with Script Talk or ready to get going with Script View. Just give us a call and we will walk you kind of through what it's all about and how to get that reader and really how to get signed up with the pharmacy to do it.
And what number is that, David?
Okay, I'll give you the 800 number. It is 1-800-890-1180.
That's great. This is really exciting stuff. I mean, all the way from the ID Mate, which I've seen for many years. When I first saw the Script Talk working, it was like, wow, that's impressive, because so many people with low vision, especially with all the information being read to you. And if someone has a pharmacy, can they suggest that they contact you if they don't provide it?
Absolutely. That same number is fine. If they're a pharmacy, they can definitely contact us. So for pharmacies, we can kind of walk them through how to do it. We can get a pharmacy up and going in a couple of hours with Script Talk. It's not difficult at all for them to do. We integrate with most pharmacy software systems now. So that's been our big job, is to make it easy for the pharmacy software to communicate with our label software. And that's been our goal this last few years, is to make sure that we've got pharmacies that can accurately send directly from their pharmacy system right to these accessible labels.
Now, you mentioned the app. I just want to go back to that for a second. What benefit would I have if I had the app in my phone?
Right. So the Script Talk app, the Script Talk mobile app, will allow you to, without having one of these readers on your countertop, you can just take your mobile phone and read that little electronic label directly from it.
Oh, really?
On Android, all you really need is to make sure that your phone is NFC capable. NFC, Nancy, Frederick, Charlie capable. And if it's NFC capable, then you can download that ScriptTalk mobile app, and then you can read them right on the phone. With iOS, since we're in this beta program, we'll sign you up for the beta. You download a program which will install the app on your phone, and then the same thing. Every time you read directly with your mobile phone, rather than having a separate device.
Mm-hmm.
So for a lot of folks, they need to have that separate device because either they don't have mobile phones or have difficulty with those. But
Right.
for anybody that is really, really good at using accessibility, whether it's voiceover or talkback on iOS and Android, it really works well.
So there's basically something for everyone.
Exactly.
Well, that's great.
We also have deafblind. We have products for deafblind, so they can use ScriptTalk too. With that, they just plug in their ScriptTalk via USB into a Windows computer, and when they scan their medication, it pops up on their computer screen, and then they can use their Braille display to get the information directly from the Braille display.
Oh, that's awesome.
We have options for really everybody.
Well, that's great. You guys really moving fast in the last few years with all this inclusiveness. Good job.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff.
All right. Well, David, thank you so much for coming on. And everybody, check out envisionamerica.com. Call the number. And thanks, David.
Thank you, Jeff.
And a big thank you to Stephen Letness and the Able Artists Foundation for the beautiful music used in the Be My Eyes promo. You can find out more about Stephen Letness and the Able Artists Foundation on the web at www.ableartist.org.
When we share
what we see
through each other's eyes, we can then begin to bridge the gap between
the limited expectations
and the
reality of blind abilities.
The realities of blind
abilities.
For more podcasts with a blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter at blindabilities. Download our app from the App Store, blindabilities, that's 2 words, or send us an email at info@blindabilities.com. Thanks for listening.